The title, I left my A-rank party to help my students reach the dungeon depths, did not make it sound like Yuke left his party on bad terms, but the show does the classic having him forced out due to poor treatment. So I was a little bit thrown by the fact that his previous party ended up being the main antagonist for the first 8 episodes. I thought the magic was interesting, and a decent amount of the enemy designs were unique.
The crab was interesting, and the Shadow Stalkers felt really scary at first, and then when they learned better how to deal with them, it showed growth.
The show takes the time to explain things so that you understand their systems of magic and adventuring without totally bogging it down. And there was a cool parallel world theory to their dungeon system.
The dungeons really did get to feel like they were their own beings, and not just a setting, which was cool for a show to do. And exploring them as other worlds with their own problems gave them a lot of depth.
I didn't enjoy the streaming mascots element that they used to narrate, but luckily that didn't happen more than once or twice at the very beginning.
The streaming without the mascots was a cool aspect that I was really glad that they figured out how to actually weave into the narrative with having a way of the outside world monitoring the party going to unknown places.
If you truly hate harem shows, then this might bother you. But Yuke treats everyone well, and the group energy is friendly overall. But the harem flirtations kind of ramp up after he married Rain, which was the opposite of what I was expecting.
The marriage was in name only for plot reasons. But I also feel like their pairing felt the least forced.
Well, she didn't seem to take it as in name-only implementation. But Jamie was my favorite girl because she's super cute and she actually went through a pretty decent character arc. The Glad Shiam arc had some intriguing aspects to add to the world building, but I didn't enjoy the conflict too much with the Twilight.
I really liked the exploration of that world, but I wish they had leaned a little more into everything being made of humans and how the culling of worlds worked.
Yeah, because it was like they figured out that that's what all the monsters and materials of the world were, and then it just didn't impact anything really after that. The final arc felt like we spent more time contemplating the logistics of travel than actually giving breathing room to the important things that happened at the gate, or giving us time to care about his uncle a little bit more first. But we did conclude the important parts of the story before the end of the season, which I appreciated.
It both left the show in a place where I'm happy with this show as a single season, but the to be continued at the end leaves me intrigued.
Now that they've accomplished their original goal, it would be interesting to see what new goals they would set to carry on the story. This was a 7 out of 10.